Hey guys, I'm Jason Epstein. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna talk about Cubecraft being better than Hive. So back in March I recorded a video. It was supposed to be released but it got scrapped because some of the things I talked about in it were outdated. So this is me just re-recording it. So back in that recording I asked myself in that video, what if Cubecraft had a North American region? Would Hive still be the #1 server? They added North American regions and now I'm seeing where Cubecraft is neck to neck with Hive for a majority of the time, for most of the time. Sometimes they have more players than Hive, which usually happens in the morning for Hive, Eastern Standard Time. Hive does not really have much player because, you know, students, they're at school, but Cubecraft will have more because they did not have North American regions, they had EU regions. They will have more because in Europe around those time, I think it's around 3 p.m. it's in the evening. So when it's morning time for North American users, it's evening for European users, which is why Cubecraft normally had more players than Hive in the morning time. But that player count for Cubecraft usually does not last, which leaves Hive with the most players all around. But now since Cubecraft got North American regions, they have been pulling more numbers than Hive. The numbers are very close though, they're not like far apart, but the numbers are very close. Hive would always have more players than Cubecraft for majority of the time, but now it's like you don't know which server is #1 because both of them are neck to neck pulling the same numbers, and if you catch one of them having more than the other, it's now rare. So yeah, I personally think Hive is better, and that's my opinion, but there are some things that Cubecraft does better than Hive, and I know some of you are gonna say, oh, he's just gonna say they have more mini games so they're better. No, it's not quantity over quality, and to be fair, both servers put in the quality, they put in the work, so it's not about that. But Cubecraft has a lot more games than Hive, and to be fair, it has been out longer than Hive, so that's understandable. But there was a point where Cubecraft was kind of like falling off, but when Hive came back to the scene, they're like, oh, this server, it's going crazy, we gotta put our foot down. I feel like that was their reaction. I'm not saying that they're always looking for a competition or none of that, but you know, you're gonna always want your thing to be the best. It was understandable to see them pushing their server harder and harder again. I cannot tell which server is #1. I think both of them are #1. For me, Cubecraft is a little overwhelming because of the amount of stuff that's available. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just that it's a lot. Even though Cubecraft can be overwhelming for me, I like the variety because if I get bored of one thing, I can go to the next thing. And Hive only has a few games, and I haven't played Treasure Wars, survival games, what else, hide and seek. I haven't played those games in like months. I only played Death Run, Death Run and Sky Wars. Those are the only 2 games that I really play. And personally, I like Hive's North American region better. It's much faster. Right now you can see that people are froze and nothing is wrong with my internet. I mean, they just added North American region to their system, so we just have to wait until they work on improving it. I also did a poll the other day. It was Cubecraft versus Hive on my community tab, and more people prefer Hive. But for those of you watching this video, please let me know, what server do you prefer? Do you prefer Cubecraft or do you prefer Hive? I personally think that most people prefer Hive because Hive is commercially successful. And when I mean commercially successful, I mean have more support by the YouTube community, the Bedrock YouTube community. Hive has way more support from Bedrock YouTubers. Cubecraft does not really have any success commercially. I mean, there's Insane Orbits. He's a Cubecraft YouTuber, but he's planning to make more Hive content soon. The reason why YouTubers weren't playing or making content on Cubecraft is due to the fact that Cubecraft did not have North American regions. That was one of the main reasons why there weren't as much YouTubers there. But hopefully now that they do have North American region, I do hope their YouTube community grows. And if you look on YouTube, you will realize that there are more people aiming to become Hive YouTubers, or aiming to get Hive YouTube rank rather than getting Cubecraft YouTube rank. Since Hive is now popular in the Bedrock community, people are gonna gravitate to Hive, so that's another reason. Let me know in the comment section which server you prefer and the reason why you prefer that server. Also, don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.